What's up everybody, Unrested back again, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the first things that you'll encounter when you get here in Japan as far as trying to live on a budget, because I believe a lot of people who first get here are actually coming over with not so much money, and I know it can be difficult because I myself came over here with little to no money. I would say, people always ask me about how much should I come over with. I always suggest about Nijuman, which is about the equivalent to 2,000 American dollars. If you feel like you really want to get a place that's really nice and you have the money to do it, you need to come at least with double that or even triple that, because if you're actually going to try and get yourself a Japanese-owned apartment, or one that's not commonly leased to gaijin, then you're going to be paying key money, and key money is usually going to be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, and no, that's not a joke. I'm not joking about that. It's quite expensive, and you don't get that money back. Sorry, that's just the way it works here. I have no way around that. But people on a budget, like me when I got here, you can actually try and get a job with some places that will hook you up with real estate, which does not require key money. And sometimes they'll just require a deposit and that's it. Other places are cheap, such as gaijin share houses. Now, do realize the quality of these places are not going to be the best, especially the gaijin share houses. And this is because it's usually rented out to people who are just traveling and running through on a quick tourist visa of 3 months, or maybe even just a work visa here in Japan, a working holiday visa, sorry, I should make that more clear. And people run through these places really quick, so they're not really in the mood to clean it up as you would a long-term stay place. So also you might run into things such as you're going to share a kitchen, you're going to share a bathroom, that can be really gross, or you're going to share a shower, which can also be quite gross. So I've got to run across the street here. Hold on, I'm going to miss the light. So that's something you're going to have to worry about, actually, is you might actually have to think about the fact that you're going to have to share some stuff, especially sharing a kitchen and a bathroom is really gross sometimes. I was offered a place like that when I first got here, and I turned it down just due to how dirty it was. It's pretty bad. A lot of the gaijin-owned places too are not so hot, because most of the gaijin are not living here long-term. Even on a work visa, it's 1 year and they're out. So if you can, I would recommend that you rent a Japanese-owned place. Of course, check with the owner as far as what the building rules are, and please obey them so that you make all of us look good. But yes, first coming over here, try to come over with at least Nijuman. I do know people who've come over here with less and made it, but you're going to be pushing the limits because you're not going to get your first paycheck sometimes for 2 months. So it could be quite difficult. If you can, like I said, try to get hooked up with a job before you come here. If you can possibly do that. Of course, you do have more options if you first get here and then look for a job. You then have the trouble of possibly getting a visa, and you might have to leave the country and come back. This is something Tokyo Sam actually did. Came here on a tourist visa, applied for some jobs, got the work visa. You have to leave the country because you're not actually supposed to be in here when they change it to a work visa. There is a good reason behind this, but it would be an elaborate story to tell you, so I'll save it for another JFAQ. But you will have to leave, so if you are going to plan on coming here on a tourist visa and switching that to a work visa, make sure you have an option to head out. And I don't mean you got to go all the way back to your own country. You can head out to maybe Korea or China. If you're here in Osaka, you can take a ferry to Korea or China for as cheap as 8,000 yen, which is about 80 bucks. And that one actually leaves from a place near Osaka-ko, which is the man-made islands here in Osaka. You can check that out. Look up online, Port Town Nishi, look up ferry terminal, and you'll find where that connection is and how you can get over there. It's a 2.5 day trip if I'm correct, and it's really cheap. And that gets you out of the country for the short time it'll take to process your visa. You can come back being totally legit and stay to your heart's content as long as you keep a job or get married. And until next time, I'm Unrested. This is JFAQ. I'll see you again.